This past week marked the one-year anniversary of the nationwide 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. And here to talk about that hotline and just how effective it's been in the past year is Kristen Wilson, the Chief Experience Officer with the nationally known mental health treatment facility, Newport Healthcare. Kristen, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, Emily.
So how do mental health experts think the 988 hotline has fared a year after it started in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, as you said, it started a year ago. Since the inception, it's had 5 million outreach calls, texts, and chats, of which 1 million have been specific to veterans, which is part of the service line that they offer through 988. So it's clearly a much needed service in terms of offering accessibility for people who are struggling with mental health issues, substance use issues, and the ability to be able to find and access that help easily with one number.
Yeah, and what types of services does the hotline offer?
So it actually offers 24/7 crisis counselors who are available via call, text, chat, who are trained to help people who are experiencing suicidal ideation, substance use issues, debilitating mental health issues, emotional dysregulation, and really any other kind of distress from a mental perspective. People can dial 911 also if they're worried about a loved one who they may feel needs crisis support.
So it's so easy now to reach out in this way. What are some of the stories you're hearing from the people who are talking to the people who are reaching out? What are some of the success stories?
Some of the success stories are around people who reach out, who are able to speak to a live person who's able to offer them an empathetic ear, an understanding of how the mental illness is impacting this person's life in the moment, and then helping them understand how there are supports out there to ultimately better their well-being. And about 98% of the people who end up calling 988 do not need further crisis intervention services in the moment, but rather it starts the process for planning the journey for mental well-being moving forward.
Yeah, that was one of my next questions. How many repeat calls are there? Is this something that people call back in another time of crisis?
So I don't have specific statistics, but I would imagine that as people are getting used to this service and that there is the offering of, again, talking to a live person, that service is ultimately going to be of benefit, not only to them, but that they'll spread the word to family members and friends who may also be struggling.
So what should someone do if they experience or witness a mental health emergency? Like you said, maybe if they're seeing this in somebody who they love or someone near them.
Absolutely. So dialing 911 if there's a medical emergency and you need medical intervention is always the priority. For someone who's undergoing mental health duress, 988 for support is a great option as well. And then for non-emergencies, there's a lot of trusted local resources in and around Michigan that people can call who will provide free assessments like Newport Healthcare.
988, very simple and very accessible to everyone, something to keep in mind. Kristen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Take good care.